Welcome to Social Club, the event every single Monday where we gather together and talk about things that are affecting Arsenal Football Club. Arsene Wenger came out swinging, Baz. Came out swinging last week, saying that he will manage somewhere next season, which I thought personally was an incredible response to it all. You know, I've been saying, you know, you're seeing from all quarters, there's criticism, there's pressure on him. And he's what I said, look, you know, I'm not, I guess it backs up there, I'm not tired, I'm still into footy, I still want to be a football manager. If these don't want me, someone else will, and I'll be very happy. Fuck you very much. So I guess it was the question, where should he go, where could he go next year if he leaves Arsenal?
I mean, firstly, he's right to say that, isn't he? Because people are kind of just writing him off, and he should go quietly now and sail off into a chateau in France and make wine with, you know, his pants rolled up, and
barefoot stomping
yeah,
the grapes.
giving it all that.
Not a vineyard,
yeah, that's what I meant. Well, a lovely
chateau. Got a chateau in the vineyard.
Got off the chateau in the vineyard.
No, but you can't.
Just wants to stay, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got to put his head down the night. We knocked all that. Just in the grapes all day.
In the vineyard, the surrounding area.
I'm just clarifying it. That he would make the wine in the vineyard rather than the chateau.
We'd live in the
chateau.
I didn't say make it in the chateau, so I went off to the chateau.
That's a good point, yeah.
So
I think he'd get the kids in to do the wine, to be perfectly honest with you. He's done it his entire Arsenal career.
Spotting, like local grapes.
Get him in
young.
young.
The wine doesn't matter, so
develop them.
Kids. No.
Bit of the ice.
Anyway, back to your original question. If he was to leave Arsenal, you know, there's no indication yet that he's definitely gone, because there was talk earlier.
I don't know. DT said last week that it was
there you go then. There was talk earlier in the week, last week, that they were about to offer him a new deal. Obviously, things have happened since then, and subsequently, after we'd done the Social Club, things happened last week, which probably hastened, or may have hastened his departure. But, you know, he's being linked with Barcelona.
That genuinely surprised me, because we were talking about this before, and you were like, oh yeah, Barcelona. I get it, but aren't Barcelona, is he good enough to manage Barcelona?
Yeah.
I think he's fantastic, manager.
You think so?
I think, and it refreshes everything for him. Goes in. You've got them three. If them three are still up front next season, you've got half a chance, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's got all the experience, a different league. He plays that kind of way anyway. So I think. Listen, I'm not saying has he done enough to get the job, you might say, but then
no, I was more thinking.
Had a nightmare at Roma, and he ended up with the
job.
Well,
I was more thinking, because has Barcelona's football, I always think that they've played like a weird version of old Barcelona to some extent, you know, like the mid-noughties Barcelona's what Arsene Wenger's kind of driven for, which in fairness is probably almost a version of Arsenal's own brand of footy that they've evolved themselves. Has Barcelona's football not evolved past that? You know, they've developed a more physical edge to what they do. They're not just tiki-taka, pass it around for days. They do have a bit more edge to them, I guess, than they've had in years gone by. I feel like Arsene Wenger would be a bit of a step back for Barcelona or something like that.
I don't think so. I think Arsene Wenger could win trophies with Barcelona, therefore it's not a step back.
Okay. Pez, what about you?
I think it would be a good sort of bridge for Barcelona for a couple of years. I think they've gone in the last few years for the younger sort of Masala style manager, you know, and I think
Tika Masala.
Yeah, Tika, yeah.
La Masia.
Yeah, that's what I just said. But I said it with me on like that because I couldn't really remember.
Like the way they do the phone and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think
La Masia.
Is that how you sing like songs as well? If you don't know the words, you just like go, yeah.
No, I just sing them a second afterwards.
Return of the fucking Mac.
I don't even know what that is. I think he could be a good bridge for a few other up and coming managers, and they don't really have a defined style Barcelona at the moment. They're getting caught between the devil and deep blue sea. They don't really have a midfield capable of the passing anymore, and they're very reluctant to go a bit more direct, even though it works for people like Suarez. So, yeah, I think he could go in there in a couple of years, sort it out, and then maybe, if he's still got a little bit left, move on to the French national team.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The big worry if he was to go to Barcelona would be how he does in the Champions League.
Would that keep you up at night?
Not for me, no. But for Barcelona fans, maybe. Because, look, he's got to the final of the Champions League once in 20 years. You know, he's had a good side for most of those years. He's won league titles. You know, they've been the best side in England, and he's been competing in the Champions League. It's only the last sort of 10 years that that's not quite been the case. But he's never like, how many times has he got past the last 16? Barcelona.
Has he ever had the front three like these?
No, he hasn't. And I think I said at the top of the show, I think he would be able to deal with that, and I think he would be able to win trophies. But if you are Barcelona looking at Arsene Wenger and going, you've got to the final once in 20 years, is that a risk I'm willing to take?
Maybe, yeah. I suppose you look at what they've got. We talked about this, about the sort of they're trying to do a sort of line of succession, isn't there? And maybe it is the holding pattern thing's not a bad idea, because you know, look at what they've had the missing links probably is Koeman, really, isn't it? You know, as in terms of guys who've got a Barcelona connection, but are at the right age to be a manager now.
I don't think Koeman's a Barcelona manager.
I'm not saying he is a Barcelona manager, but what I mean is, in terms of, you know, like, look at the right card to Guardiola, to Luis Enrique. In terms, particularly Enrique and Guardiola come from a similar era of Barcelona side. They're always generating great footballers, aren't they, who've got the experience and
that's why I think
now, but who I don't know who that next is. Like
Xavi's the next one. Xavi's the next one. Xavi's the next one, but they need to get them. Or the next one might already be at Barcelona, and they just need to give them that experience of a couple of years, and that's why Wenger coming in could be a really good, just as you say, holding patch, just keep it all.
Any other shouts other than Barcelona? Because you had a good one.
I thought Monaco would be a good shout for him. You know, back to Monaco. What's his name? Leonardo Jardim is the manager there, but he's only been there since 2014, hasn't he? I think he won the Greek title with Olympiacos, maybe a Greek Cup or something. I think they're a few points ahead of PSG in the league now. So a good club. I think whatever he does, it's almost got to be a short-term project. He's got to be able to win trophies in the next 3 years. Yeah. You know, I don't think he'll be looking at, I don't think he'd be looking at a job like Liverpool and going, I want to do this for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Well, it was posed in the office of, like, do you not think he'd go to a mid-table Premier League club? And I let's use Rafa Benitez as the example of it. I can't see him taking a Newcastle job. And you know, I can't see Arsene Wenger managing in the Championship. I can't see him managing a team that would be coming to save. Oh God, imagine that'd be hilarious. That'd be the making of West Ham online media, wouldn't it? It's work for Arsenal Fan TV. Yeah. Nicky.
There's no one thinking
tell you this is the new kitchen's on the way.
No, I think he would, but because it's part-time, isn't it, practically, isn't it? You know, semi-retirement.
It depends what he's keen on. I get the impression, and I don't know whether it's just him being bullish. We've seen it happen to footballers where they go, no, I'm fully fit and I'm totally at the peak of my powers. I'm going to go somewhere else and I'm going to do it. A lot of them, you know, Steven Gerrard and MLS being a good example of that. And then go, oh, yeah, no, this is loads harder than when I've got it. And I think Wenger would get a massive shock going somewhere else because of just how much control he's got over Arsenal. You know, you go to a Barcelona where, you know, it's almost like publicly owned, isn't it? You know, and you go to somewhere, I don't know where he wouldn't be. He probably would have to go somewhere, as you say, where he doesn't have much to do. He can kind of come in and go, just that direction's where the goal is, lads. Go and carry on doing what you're doing.
That's why for me the Barcelona thing. See, talk about the Koeman link and things.
PSG?
There was PSG.
I know the
there.
But I could see Emery going to Barcelona and him taking over. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's like leaving your missus for the fittest bird possible, then finding out she's a massive crank. Do you know what I mean? You might as well just go, well, I've got it easy here, lads. So I think he'll sign another couple of years at Arsenal. Yeah. Personally.
I just think...
Just forget Robbie's missus the kitchen, lads.
I was just going to say, they had a journalist, so I was looking at a Spanish journalist who was talking about, you know, because Wenger's name was thrown in there and people had asked about Klopp and about Koeman potentially being on the list, and he was like, they're not on the list over in Spain. What's getting talked about? No. It's Sampaoli and Sampaoli, is it? The Valencia man.
He's another
Seville
manager. He's another shout.
So there's 2 or 3 who they're looking at. Wenger was on that list, but Klopp and Koeman, you said.
Well, you wonder, does Arsene Wenger, you know, I think he carries enough reputation, he's experienced enough, and he's old enough. He'd have to go to a premium football club. You couldn't see him going to taking a Sevilla job or something like that. You'd have to go in somewhere and have something similar. And I think that would limit his options.
You know what, the other thing as well, he's dead respected. He's well respected. He's a respectful fella, and I think it does kind of suit the holding, like a holding job for Barcelona, while Xavi or somebody else
definitely.
coming through the academy aren't quite ready yet. And I think it makes sense. Whether it happens is another thing, but it certainly makes sense.
And you know you're not going to get baggage with him either. You're just going to get a dead respected man taking over, and he'll just take over, and he won't want to rock the boat or anything. He'll just go in, do a dead good job, the media will be respectful of him, and he'll just get on with it.
Can I just ask you one question? What does he look like in double denim now?
Horrendous.
I reckon there's pictures of Wenger in the 70s, not only with double denim, but double denim like caps, big caps, like
mirrors on,
I think I can imagine him in the south of France.
So he can pull double denim off.
And there's 442s, his missus getting a new kitchen there.
There's certain things I've heard Arsene Wenger can pull off, but I'm not sure if double denim's one of them.
All will be revealed.
Let us know in the comments below. Can Arsene Wenger pull off double denim?
What's he been pulling off?
Sleeping bags and coats.
The longest coat in the world.
All I'm going to say, if he goes to Barcelona, ends up on the rambles. Who knows?
Sorry, he'll find your video.
He might do.
Find your phone.
might find my phone.
Down the seat of
Barca.
Yeah, absolutely. Leslie thought, any other alternatives to where we've not talked about Italy or anything like that? You know, could he go and do a top job over there? Because it's a league with teams in. German league could go to Bayern. What about Bayern Munich?
What about Arsenal gets Arsenal gets Tuchel from Dortmund, and Arsenal bounces over to Dortmund.
Ooh. Yeah, I just don't.
I'd see him more at Munich than at Dortmund.
They're competitive leagues. I don't think he wants competitive leagues. I think he's had enough of competitive leagues. I think he wants somewhere just nice and sort of go in, do the job. France, yeah.
He wants to go and beat Sporting Gijón 7-0, doesn't he? Let's be honest.
Okay, yeah, let's have some suggestions for Arsene Wenger.
Spain, no coach, no big coach. Doesn't have to worry about the big coach.
Yeah, but that's
cold. He's getting old. He probably still need a coat.
You're saying that as though he does it because he doesn't want to choose the coat. There's plenty of options instead of the big coat. He's always gone for the big coat. I think he likes the big coat.
Yeah. Like what?
Like multiple layers.
Double denim.
How do multiple layers work with a suit? You have a suit and you have a coat.
The same way they work with other items
you know
of clothing.
What
are you talking about?
I think he puts the coat on the floor and tunnels into it. I think he enjoys that side of putting
that
his
aspect
coat on.
of it.
Like
a soft player.
I've heard he likes tunneling into things, but a big coat's not one of them.
Let us know in the comments below. Where's Wenger go? Give this video a thumbs up as well. Tune in later this week. We're going to be doing Ask the Club, where we answer your questions via the medium of Twitter, and we're doing the all-time greatest Premier League 11 as well. This week, it's centre-backs.